Hello students, in your experience, you would have noticed some of your friends or relatives accomplish what they have aimed for, while others could never be able to reach their goals. Have you ever thought of it before as what makes a difference? The difference is due to the efficient methods adopted by them through which they could manage their available resources efficiently. Knowledge on management will help one to manage the available resource in an efficient manner. The objectives of this lesson is to know the family system, to become aware of the system's approach in management, to manage your available resource in an efficient manner. What is management? In its simplest form, management is using what you have to get what you want. Gross and Crandall define home management as a mental process through which one plans, controls and evaluates the use of family resources to achieve family goals. According to Nicholl and Dorsey, home management involves planning, organizing, controlling and evaluating the use of family resources in such a way so as to realize personal and family goals. Management is also defined as series of decisions making up the process of using family resources to achieve family goals. Traditionally, the managerial skills among women were restricted to home and its related activities. Today, women are taking up multiple roles as producer, consumer, and coordinator of good personal and family relationships. In this context, a homemaker needs to plan, guide, or direct the use of human and material resources to meet the goals or demands of the family. Families are constantly interacting with their environment surrounding them. They are called ecological system or ecosystem. In the ecosystem, family function as a system coordinated to accomplish a set of goals. Rice and Tucker view family as a set of components bound together as a functioning whole in a dynamic interaction with the environment. A family for their day-to-day activities depend on various external systems. External systems are part of their family's environment functioning outside the family. The environment influences family system. Ecosystem has three basic elements. They are members, who are persons who are interdependent and work together with a feeling of unity. 2. Environment, anything external to the members, both human and natural. And the third one is organization, web of human transaction, the role pattern of member, the management system for processing information and co-coordinating activities for achievement of common goals. In a family ecosystem, two types of environment exist, namely micro and macro environment. Micro environment are the elements immediately surrounding the living environment which is provided or shared by other family system. Macro environment surround the micro environment through societal system or natural and or structured surroundings. Micro environment indicates the physical and social surrounding of the family or household. This surrounding serves as a buffer by filtering the inputs of the information, energy and matter from the macro environment. A micro environment includes physical habitat and social aspects. Immediate environment such as space, territories indicated as house, apartments, hedges or lawns are examples for physical habitat. The interaction the family system have with their relatives, friends and neighbors besides the stage of family life cycle, age, socio-economic status and cultural background is considered as social aspect. Macro environment consists of societal system, natural and structured system. Societal system is the most important part of the family ecosystem and surround the macro environment. The interaction between the individual or families with the societal system is less intimate or less personal than the microenvironment. Societal system encompasses social cultural system, political system, economical system and technological system. Socio-cultural system, the meaning and content of a society is defined by culture. The cultural values and expectation and societal norms may limit the managerial involvement of an individual. For example, the cultural values of certain communities may not permit women to take up employment outside. Political system, the laws, regulation, protection and other services have a great impact on the family system. The families, by paying their tax, by voting, adhering the laws and by fulfilling their civic responsibility, support the political system. Economic system. The goods and services required for the family are made available to them at reasonable price as per their expectation. The choice families make influence the general economy and affect the available resources of a family. For instance, the government supplies food products in ration at a subsidized rate, which in turn help the families to save their money. Technological system. Development of science and technology has influenced the lifestyle of the families. This has a great impact on personal and social welfare system, thus increasing the significance of managements. Science and technology have introduced number of household gadgets which help the homemaker to save her time and energy. Natural and structured system. These are the physical and biological surroundings within which the functioning of the societal system take place. Space, buildings, highways and parks are examples for physical system, while biological system include marine plant and animal life, mountains, seashores, etc. Interaction of physical and biological system with societal system in the macro environment provides important interchange in the total ecosystem. The family system. Now, I will elaborate on the family system. A family is a system with parts and relationships more complex, and it exists wherever the members are functioning together. Family system can function with varying components and can adapt to changes. A family system may include individuals who are independently responsible for themselves, or it may include a group of related or unrelated individuals who share at least some portion of their day-to-day interests and necessities through their mutual interaction. The components of family system are input, throughput, output and feedback. A family can be relatively an open system or closed system. When families continuously interact with its environment, it is called open system. When it does not make significant exchange with its environment, it is called closed system. A small child who has very low resistance to disease should live in an enclosed, germ-free environment. She has to take food from environment while the body waste flow across the boundary into the environment. This is called closed system. Input. It includes matter, energy and information entering the family system, which are classified as resources and demands. Output. As the resources are utilized by the family to meet the demands, the used resources and met demands leave the family system and enter the output in the environment. Throughput. The process of changing inputs such as matter, energy and information into output is called throughput. For example, if a student has to take up his or her internal test, the demand will be to write the test on the scheduled date and score high marks. Inputs will be his intelligence, subject knowledge, effort, skill, etc. Throughput will be his or her attempt to write the test. Feedback may be positive or negative. If the student is satisfied with the performance, it is positive feedback. If not satisfied, it indicates negative feedback. Based on the feedback, the student may continue to do her test well or may put in more effort for the next test. The responses of families in using their resources differ, and so also the output. Two types of output were identified. They are equifinality and multifinality. Two families with very different initial circumstances may arrive at similar conditions. This is called equifinality. Similarly, families with same opportunities and resources may lead to different outcomes. This is referred as multifinality. Feedback may be morphogenic or morphostatic. A morphogenic system response is deviation promoting through the information provided by positive feedback. Morphostatic systems are relatively fixed form, stable mechanistic and relatively closed. A family that has to cancel their vacation travel plans uses their time for local sightseeing. It is an example for morphogenic system. In morphostatic system, a change in the vacation travel plan would be a cancellation of their vacation time and postponement until the original plan could be implemented. Subsystem. A subsystem fulfills the same condition as a system and plays a functional role in a larger system. The family is a subsystem of a community system, and the community is a subsystem of a regional system. Within a family system, personal and managerial subsystem exist. Family resource management as a system. Now, I am going to elaborate on family resource management as a system. Let us have a quick glance of input, throughput and output. Input are demands, events, requirements, expectations and resources. Throughput includes components of planning and implementing. Output refers to met demands and used resources. Feedback re-enters as input. Input answers questions like why, what, when and where. Inputs to family system and subsystem are called demands. Demands and resources are the inputs to the family system and their subsystem. They are goals or events that require action. It may arise from inside or outside the family system. Goals are value-based objectives. It gives direction to one's actions. Values are what is desirable, has worth. Events are unexpected or low probability occurrences that require action and may originate from macro habitat. Resources are means for meeting demands. Resources may be human or non-human. Within the managerial system, throughput answers questions such as how much, how good, when and where. The effectiveness of a system can be assessed by comparing the output with input. The term black box explains the unknown throughput. Boulding consider a pure black box as a behavioral science which studies only inputs and outputs and make no attempt to pry off and lid off the behavior unit to see what is inside the box. For the management of home and personal affairs, throughput is analyzed in terms of planning and implementing. Unless there is a plan, either written or unwritten, general or specific, management cannot take place. For guiding actions or meeting the demands of the family, planning is essential. Planning is a series of decisions concerning future standards and or sequences of action. Hence, decision-making skills are important in planning. Basic steps in planning are recognizing the problems, seeking the alternatives, choosing between alternatives, acting to carry out the plan, and accepting the consequences. Choosing of an alternative should be based on facts and not on emotions and impulses. While making a plan, there should be balance between available resources, suitable for individual situations, it should be realistic and flexible. Since planning decisions involve standards and sequences of action needed to meet demands, the two planning subsystems, namely standard setting and action sequencing, are made use of. Plans are shown as the output of planning with standards and sequences as major parts. The feedback arrows shown in planning to the personal subsystem and from plans to planning indicate the openness of the subsystem components. Repeated uses of plans are common and practical way to simplify everyday living. The repeat use plan bypass the demand, resource inputs and plans before they reach the planning subsystem. This indicates that output from the previous planning could be used for the present purposes while planning standards evolve. Standards are measure of quality and quantity. While planning the sequences of action, there should be clarity of sequence, flexibility and reality. Facilitation is a mechanism that promotes a given order, delegation of responsibility, anticipating environmental distractions and recognition. It serves as an accelerator while planning. It assists the progress in a flow of action by capitalizing on individual potential. After standards and sequences are developed into a plan which is consistent with resources and demands, implementing the action is the next step of management. Implementation is defined as putting a plan into action. It comprises both controlling and facilitating. Controlling includes checking an action against the plan, adjusting the standards, and facilitating or assisting the progress or flow of action. Checking can be done through subjective or objective methods. Subjective methods include visual, auditory, tactual, or through other sensory means. Objective methods involve using measuring devices such as etc. When there is a deviation which was identified through checking, then the plans must be adjusted. It is used to assess what has been done and how effective the process was in relation to the goals achieved. Feedback may be positive, neutral, or negative. Positive feedback shows the differences between expected and actual outcomes. It acknowledges and supports the deviation. Neutral feedback recognizes the compatibility of output with input. Negative feedback reveals the differences between actual and devised output, which is not acceptable, and influence the system to reduce the deviation. Now, let us see the managerial system with an example. A family has a long-term goal of owning a house. The demand may be the health status of the breadwinner or expenditure incurred by the family for the higher education of their children. Besides, the litigation on the site owned may be a demand imposed by the macro habitat. The internal demand may be the preference of the family members to live in the same locality. Transfer to the head of the family to a distant place may be an event. Resources, both human and non-human, is an input based on which the plan will be channelized to the next phase throughput. The idea to own a house becomes the planning decision. Based on the standards such as plinth area, material to be used, will be set, and actions such as mobilizing the resources, getting approval of the plan, applying for the loan, entrusting the work to a contractor, etc. will be taken in order to realize the plan. A friend who is a civil engineer may facilitate the plan by giving some tips for reducing the cost of construction. While implementing the plan into action, minor adjustments have to be made while checking for quality and the availability of resources. Delay in getting the loan or demand for building materials or sudden hike in the prices may be overcome by the facilitator who had extended the funds required and made the materials available at a cheaper cost. The output will be the completion of the building after facing all these hurdles and performing the housewarming ceremony. The experience faced by the family and the satisfaction derived goes as a feedback. Now students, I hope you have understood the systems approach in management. Now the input, throughput and output are the components of the systems approach. If you are able to apply these components in your day-to-day life and effectively use the resources, you have to make decisions regarding the use of resources. When you are using the resources, try to make minimum use of the resource and achieve maximum of your goal. That is the base of management. If you are able to do that, then you will be definitely successful in this management process. It is not a subject related to home science or resource management, but this is a subject that is applicable for everybody, anybody, anywhere and everywhere. Now every time when you are applying this, see you are taking a correct decision, apply the essential resources in the minimum possible manner, and you should get great satisfaction. If you are used to that, then you will be successful in management process. So I hope you will be able to manage your family in the best manner possible with the basic knowledge what we have given you now. All the best for you to manage your resources in the best manner.